Right. Hi everybody. This is Helen, your Stampin' Up demonstrator from Bell Block in New Zealand. Nice to be here today. Now, just changing over my seal because I've just run out, so I'm ready for my Facebook Live. Now, for some reason, Facebook have changed some of their settings, so I can't change the look on my screen. Normally I can mirror image it so you can see all the measurements in the correct way. So unfortunately it may look like I'm doing some of the measurements backwards. That's because for some reason I can't change it and I'm not sure why. So I didn't want to hold you up any longer. I thought I'd just come on board and I'll make the card and yeah, I hope you get to enjoy what I'm going to make. So I'll put you down to my table and then I will just make sure I've got it lined up and then we'll get started. So just a moment. And I'll just check on my iPad that it's all coming through okay. That's always good to see that looks like it's all going, it's all live. Turn this around so hopefully I can see if there are any comments that come through. Right, so it looks like I can bring you forward a fraction. You never know until you look down on the screen. Right, so today I thought I would use the terrific Toadstools. It's a bundle in the mini catalogue. So it is a stamp set and it comes with a punch, which is great. The thing that is also amazing at the moment is that it is the last couple of days of celebration. And in celebration, we have this beautiful paper here. It is called Toadstool Gardens. So there's some beautiful papers in there. I have used lots and lots of these papers and I love them. I think they're great. Beautiful colours. So we're going to use that today. And I will incorporate that with the stamp set and punch. With celebration, if you spend $125 New Zealand, you can choose an item like this DSP for free. Okay, and there's some really gorgeous little images and papers in this set. Okay, if you want to talk to me about that, you can send me a message. So buying something like a bundle like this and adding a few extra items means that then you could get your paper for free. Right, so I have started off with some cardstock and some DSP I'm going to cut, so we might just do that. So the cardstock I've got here is 10.5 centimetres by 25 centimetres. Now, as I say, it will look like it's all backwards because I can't mirror my screen for some reason, but never mind, we will keep going. Right, so I'm going to put that on here and I'm going to score that. So if you're watching, pop on and just tell me where you're watching from. It's always nice to know where everyone's coming from. So I've just put the leg of my scorer out and we're going to score that first of all at 15 centimetres. So we'll go down to 15 and we're going to score that at 15. We're then going down to 18 centimetres, scoring at 18. Then we're going to 21 centimetres. And then 24 centimetres. Okay, so that's that piece there. And you're just going to fold that forward, fold them all in the same direction, all your folds, just like that. Then we have another piece, and this is smoky slate as well. So this is 8.5 centimetres by 14.5 centimetres. And I'm going to score that one at 1 centimetre. Now, if you've got a piece that you're just scoring a small score line, it's easier to place it up above the score little trough there, the trough where your score blade and your cutting blade go, because it gives you more to hold on down here to keep it straight. So we're scoring at 1 centimetre. Then we're going to turn it around and we're going to score it also at 4 centimetres. Okay. There you go. So that's my other piece. That's all we need to score. Now we need to cut some designer series paper to put in the background of our card. So let me think what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to use this paper. Isn't this cute? It's so gorgeous. Love it. So we're going to score a piece of designer, we're going to cut a piece of designer series paper, sorry. So we're going to go 10 centimetres. So we'll go down there. We're going to use the cutting blade this time. So 10 centimetres by and we only need it to be 12 centimeters. It could be 14.5. Oh, we might go 14.5 just because I'm doing it here. You could go 12 because you don't really see the piece underneath, but if you go 14.5, that's our piece for our background. Then we're going to need some pieces for the little columns. So we need some other, and I might use a different paper just because I can. So I've got this paper with the mushrooms on that side, but we've got this beautiful wood grain here, and I've got all these pieces left over. So it's a really good way of using some of these up. So I will cut these at 10 centimeters. And I need them to be by 2.5 centimeters. So if I go 2.5, and I might head up this way because it gives you a little bit more to hang on to. So 2.5, which I'm looking at the top here. So that's one of them. And we'll go 2.5 again, which we can go down that way. It doesn't really matter. Okay, if you're going to cut a piece like that and you haven't got a lot to hang on to, make sure, because there's a little edge here, start your blade at this end and it will hold it straight for you, okay? So that's 2, and we need another one. So we'll go 10 centimeters, and we're going to go 2.5. Just go 5, 2.5. So just, oops, 2.5. Just to there. There we go. So we actually need 3 of those pieces, okay? Right, what else do we need? We need a piece to go on the front as well. So might use this one. So look how cute this is. It's very, very sweet. I love this colour on the back as well. So we may go that direction. So I think what we'll do is we will cut that at 8 by 10 centimeters. So if we go 8 centimeters, oh no, we'll go 10 centimeters that way. And then we'll go 8 centimeters that way. Reason I'd cut it that way is because that would make a nice strip down the side of a card. So I'm always thinking ahead what I could do with the pieces that are left over when I'm cutting my DSP. And it's something worthwhile having a look at and seeing if you can find, make sure it's cut to the right direction for other cards. Right, so I'll put that DSP aside and we can start to put this together. But before we do that, so we've got all of our pieces, all our cardstock. We've got another piece of white here. That is 9.5 by 13.8, so that's to go on the back to write on. And then we're going to need some stamped images. So I've just got a whole lot of scrap pieces here. And I'm going to grab my Toadstool stamp set. So very cute stamp set. So let's just mount some of these images. So that's one of the tops of the toadstools. That's another one. What else do we need? That one. Got that the right way? No, upside down. Turn it over. So that one. We also need that one. Like that. And what else? Might do this one. Did it fit on there? Yes, it will. So there's lots and lots of stamps in here, and they are amazing. Oops, wrong way. Turn that over. Those are the little tops for those mushrooms. Oh, there we go. Right, now this is the little words that say popping up. It says popping up to say hi, but what I did with it, very carefully with the scissors, I cut hi out. So it says popping up to say. Now I've got the little hi in here, and I can put popping up to say hi, but if I want to use it with other words, I can. So that makes life a lot easier for me. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to need out of there at this stage. Oh, unless I want that. Do I want that? Might do. Not sure. I need another block for that, but anyway, we'll see. I'm going to bring out my favourite words. Hope your day is a happy one, because that is always great for everything. Oh, it's not even in here. Must be in a stamp, in a thing being used for something else. That's fine. I will find something for that later. Okay, now we need to stamp some of these images. So I'm going to start off with this one. So this one can go on a strip like that. That's very cute. Right, and I might stamp this one as well. So there's a couple of stamped Toadstool images. Just move those aside. What else do we need? Smoky slate, and I need to find the punch for that. So I'll just grab the punch, just a moment. So we have a punch here. So that will punch out that shape. And then it will also punch out that shape. There you go. Right. So that's those two done. I need a rubbish bin. I don't know. Oh, it's behind my camera. Put that on the floor there. Right. So we've got smoky slate now. And we're going to use... I'm going to do one of these mushroom stalks. And I'm going to do one of these ones. And I can probably fit that one in there. So put that one there, because these ones are going to be cut out with scissors, okay? This one here does have a punch, but it makes it quite narrow. And I want that stalk for it to be a bit wider. So I'm going to bring in my pumpkin pie. And the ladies that come to class will know that I've loved using these. So we're just going to line that up on top of there like so. So those are my other stamped images. And I think I might just grab a green ink. What have I got here? Garden green. And a larger block. Might have to put that sideways. So this is just a little bit of grass or a little bit of a hill. So we'll stamp that as well on another piece of scrap here. So we'll stamp that like so. Oh, that's cute. Right. I think that might do us. So I'll just grab my scissors. So I see Trish is there. Nice to have you join me today, Trish. I know you're probably busy out there on the farm. And Leslie's there. Hi, Leslie. Nice that you're able to join me too. And Alison. It's always nice to have you join us, Alison. That's great. So, yes, I'm just going to quickly cut out these images to create our card today. So there's my hill. And get rid of those. So when I cut anything like this out, I always leave a little bit of a white border. And it just means that it gives you a little bit more, especially if you've got little like stalks and things like that. And it just hides lots of things. If you don't quite get it perfect, it doesn't matter so much. So I'm just doing it very, very quickly because I don't want to hold you up today when you probably want to be off doing other things. It's a lovely day outside. And I'd quite like to have a bit of time out. I've got a few things to do in the garden, but I've had a few indoor jobs to do as well. I have been out for lunch though, so that was great. I've got a friend who had an operation, has got an arm in a one of those sling things. She had an operation on her shoulder. And so I went and picked Tracy up and we went and had lunch and had a wander around, which was really cool. Had a look at some shoes and did a few other bits and pieces. So it was really nice to get out and about this morning. What else have I been doing? Finished my GST. There's always book work and stuff to be done. Shifted the cows, fed the horses. So yeah, just a normal day on the farm really. Right, that is just about finished. I had a nice chat with my friend Vicky from Australia, who's a Stampin' Up demonstrator as well. Now, where's my other one? There we go. Right, those are my pieces. I think that will do. Now, what are we going to do about this popping up to say hi? Let's just stamp that in. We're going to do popping up to say. So we'll stamp that on here. And I'll just grab a happy birthday from maybe this one here. So this one has a really lovely happy birthday. So I'll see if I can find that one here. Here we go. So cutting the little high out of there means I can use other words, which is great. So we might do that with the green, garden green. So we're just going to line that up underneath there like so. Oh yes, that looks right. Okay, and I need a punch. Just a second. I should have been more organised, but you know, other things got in the way today. Right, will that fit in there? Yes, it will. So let's just line that up. And we'll see how that goes. See how it works out in the area that I have. Okay, so I'll put my stamps aside now and we will construct the card. So we're going to start off with this piece here. So on your on your folds, just burnish those with your bone folder. Oh, Kelly's there. Hi, Kelly. Nice that you get to join us. Kelly's from Auckland. She's in my team, and she's been in my team for years and years and years. And she's a lovely lady to have in our team, which is cool. So she does some amazing Facebook Lives, and she has lots of different ideas. Unfortunately, I don't get to join her live because she does nighttime ones, and I'm always busy at nights. But it's nice that you're there, Kelly. Right, so we're just going to take that off, and now I've taken that off, I realise there's something else I have to do first. First of all, I need to put this piece of designer series paper in. That's what happens when you start talking to people. You like forget where you're up to. Right, so I'm going to put this piece of designer series paper in behind first. I know you cover a lot of it, but it's easy to put it in as a whole sheet. So put that in like so. Then the easiest way to put this down is to fold it forward so you've got two sections, and then you fold it over so you've got two sections. And what happens then is that it sits up, and it's going to be perfect when it sits up, but it's also going to be perfect to go flat into your envelope. Okay, then we have this other piece here that I cut and scored. So this is 8.5 by 14.5. So we're going to again fold those pieces forward and put some tape, some tear and tape along this edge, just like so. And we're going to put some tear and tape along this edge as well. It's funny, you look at things and think, am I doing it the right way? I'm sure I am. Right, and before I put that on, I might actually put my piece of designer series paper on here. So I'm going to put that onto there like that. I'm going to use this side because I could use that side, which is very cute, but because I've cut out these stamped images, I want to be able to show them up. So I'm going to use that side. Seems a shame to cover it up, I know, but there was another paper that would have been beautiful, but I've run out. So, yes, I should really try to get another pack of this because it's such cute paper. Oops, now move that sideways. Straighten that up, Helen. There we go, like that, okay? And on these sides, we're going to use these pieces. Okay, so these are the pieces I cut earlier, so we'll use those. Could use the mushrooms if you wanted to, but I think I'm going to use this side. So we'll do that next. Oh, Kelly introduced you to card making, Alison. That's great. Kelly's a great teacher. Well, she's a teacher in real life as well, but she's great at card making. She has come along and taught us at some of our team things, and it's always nice seeing other people's cards that they make and ideas, and it's always nice for me to be able to actually take part and create cards with other people as well. So put that one along there and this one along here like that. There you go. Okay, so now this one needs to attach there. So we've got the tape to go down this side, but we're going to put some tape along here as well. So rather than try to, you can either sit it there and think, oh yes, it's got to go along there, or you can put it along the edge of here, whichever way. I'm just going to eyeball it and do it like that because that's what I tend to do. So we'll just take the backing off those pieces and I'll just put it down flat so I can sort of eyeball where halfway is, about there. Oh, I've gone a bit high, but that'll be fine. Doesn't matter. Right, and then to put this piece down, just peel the back off that, fold it under, and then fold your whole card flat, okay? And then that will attach and it will stand up beautifully and it will go nice and flat for posting, okay? And I've stayed with this colour paper because I wanted it to be quite plain so I can put my things on. Now actually I was just looking, we could actually have a nice little piece along there too. So that would be, what's the measurement of that? It'd be 2.5 by 7.5. So let's just 2.5 by 7.5. Let's just grab a piece here. Let's just do that just because we can. Now, which way does this go? Is that from that? No, it's not from that piece. Where's the other piece of that? I should have had another piece left over from when I cut, but that's fine. We'll use this. I've got lots of pieces here, and it's like I always try to use up the bits that I've already got if I can. Right, so 2.5 by 7.5. So let's just cut that. And 2.5. Okay. Right, so I'll just put some tape on there, some seal. Oh, didn't even measure that right, did I? What have I done there? It's not 7.5, obviously. Oh, done. What have you done? See, I'm trying to do it without measuring it properly. Must be, what is that? Let me think. Oh, it needs to be 8. Try again. 8. That's a bit of a worry. 8 by 2.5. That will help. I didn't put a piece of DSP down that part on my original card. So that's why I didn't have that measurement sorted in my head. Right, put that down. Then I've taped it the wrong way. Oh, well, too bad. We're going to have that way on the side. Yeah. There you go. Okay. That was a bit of a mission, wasn't it? Right, so we're going to have our little grass down the bottom here. I might put the grass down flat, I think. Now, it's just a matter of deciding how you're going to put this together. Now, with these little mushrooms, the easiest way, and I might just round off that top a little bit close to the edge because this is going to go on top of the, you can see the top of it. Grab your glue dots. You're going to grab a glue dot like so. On top of that little stalk there, and then you're just going to put that down on there like that. So that's that mushroom, and this one's going to be put together the same way. Now if you're wanting just part of a glue dot and not a whole one, hold half of it with your fingernail, and then you should find, oh, now it's stuck to my fingernail, that you just end up with a smaller piece of glue dot. You don't always need a whole one, okay? And that will go on there like that. Right, so how's this card going to go? Let me just think, because I'm just trying to work out whether I'm going to have room. Oh, yes, I could put that on there. That would be fine. Okay, so I'm going to pop this up. So we'll grab some dimensionals. Here we go. I might grab some smaller ones. This up over here like that. Okay, so then this can go up onto there. So we'll put a dimensional behind there and a smaller one down the bottom there. So we'll take those off. Just put that on there like that. This one can come up over here and this one can go up in the center. So we're going to put a dimensional on there, little one down lower, so that and that, and then this one can come up here. So again, large one there, and we can probably go the large one down there too because it's a larger area. Right, so that can go down there like so. Okay, that's quite cute, like it. Now on the back, what are we going to do on the back? Well, I can't find my, what else have we got in here? How about, haven't used this yet, we'll take those words out of there, and I need a block, so let's find myself another block. Right, so this says you are magical. So that's cute. So we'll put that in the middle. But what we're going to do first of all, we're going to grab that, bring our grey stamping smoky slate ink pad back in. We've had a few early, like 4 o'clock in the morning wake ups because Donald started work early. So it's been a few long days. So you'll just have to bear with me if I get things a bit mixed up. Now, I'm just thinking, where's my toadstool? There it is. So let me just grab my pink ink. I've got stuff everywhere at the moment. I tend to work in a bit of a mess when I'm creating because I get carried away and that sort of thing. So we'll put that up to there like so. So that's our little toadstool. And we're going to put our words in the middle. I've just put some ink up there. How bad is that? Right. Let's grab, we'll do the green, I think the garden green for this. You are magical. Make sure it's inked up properly. That's cute. What else? I think we might, just because we can, close these ink pads up, and we might just grab the smoky slate as well. And we'll use this one. And we'll grab the pumpkin pie ink. And we'll put some little tops on those ones. It's hard trying to look down when I can't put my head directly over top, but that's okay. And then I think we will grab a brush, just a moment. Can't really find a green. Have I got a green over there? No. Okay, I'll just use this one with brown. Let's see how this goes. Now I'm just going to grab a piece of scrap paper. Here's my list of things I'm trying to do. Turn that over so you don't see my list of things I need to do. And we'll just bring some green across the corner there for our toadstools. There you go. And just because we can, and we've got this little mark that I put on my card. You know how we always do things like this? We're so busy creating, we end up with a little mark. You probably can't see it from there, but I can see it. So the brass butterflies, these are another celebration item. So this is something else that you can get for free. These are very cute. So I'm just going to cover up my little thing at the top there with a little butterfly. And then I'm going to use my seal on the back of that. So things like your rhinestones or things like your little butterflies and that are great if you're trying to hide something like a mark. Right, so put that onto there like so. So that's on the back to write on. That's front. That's very cute. And since I've got these little butterflies here, let's just put a couple on the front too. So we'll just put one on there. Put this little one, oops, it's a little one here. Might just put that on over there maybe. There you go. So there's my card for today. Hope you have enjoyed watching that. It's lots and lots of fun creating. Sometimes things turn out how you think and sometimes they don't quite, but quite happy with that little one. As I say, folds flat for posting, so it just fits into a standard size envelope. Quite a cute little fold, which is really nice. A nice place on the back to write on. Now, this was inspired by a card that I did in a specialty class, and this is the card we did in specialty class, which was great. Using the little houses from the Storybook Moments set in the frame from Storybook Moments, and this paper was from Celebration, and this paper was from Country Woods, I think it was. So that was quite a fun card to do as well, and everyone had different houses when we did that one. So yeah, but that's my card today with the toadstools. So if you make a card using this fold, please share it with me. Love to see what cards you make. Now, who would like to see the cards that we are doing this weekend? So I'll just grab them all off here because they're all clipped onto my display in front of me, and it's going to be a really busy class. So we are using the papers from the front of the thing here. Where are we here? Storybook Moments at the front. So I did a class with Storybook Moments a few weeks ago with these beautiful papers here. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to use these, the plaid papers, and we're using those for the class this weekend, and some of the cutouts from here, Peter Rabbit from there, and the sheet here that has all those little squares and shapes. So we're going to use those. And so these are some of the cards that we're going to make. So we're making, I'll just move this out of the way, that one. And they're all numbered, but I might show them to you out of order because there are so many of them. That's another one. That's another one. That's another one. That's another one. And that 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 one. So lots and lots of cards. We're doing 13 cards this weekend. The ladies are going to be very, very busy. But a great way of using all the different patterns of the plaid paper and a lot of the push out things of the Storybook Moments. So that's going to be fun. So looking forward to it. Right. Okay. So today was this fancy fold. Please, if you make one, share it with us. We love seeing what everyone makes. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank you all for joining me. It's always nice catching up with you on Thursday at 2 p.m. I may have missed some of the comments, not sure. If so, I will reply to them. And I will put a photo up of the card later with the measurements, okay? So, yeah, please share with us. We love seeing what you make. We love to see things in other DSP, other stamp sets. It's always nice to get different ideas. Right, so that's me for today. Now, celebration finishes tomorrow. So if you want to make the most of any of the celebration orders, get them into me before tomorrow night. I will be putting another order. I've got an order to go through today. I'll have another order to go through tomorrow. But I will be cutting it off. I need to put it through before 7 p.m. tomorrow night. So, yeah, let me know if you want anything to make the most of that. Otherwise, I will catch up with you next Thursday at 2 p.m. Now, Facebook are changing things. My videos will only stay on my page for 30 days. I don't know what they're doing with their system, but they keep changing things and it's really hard to keep up. So all my Facebook videos I do put onto my YouTube channel. So if you want to go and find me on YouTube, look up Helen Caskey on YouTube. When you find me, subscribe to my page and you'll get to see all my videos on there. It is really easy because you can go and look at the photo of the card and then the videos there, and they'll be there for you to look at any time you want. Okay, right. Well, thank you for joining me. It's always a pleasure, and I look forward to catching up with you again next week. Enjoy the beautiful day out there. Bye for now.